Good morning. We're not here today to talk down Bermuda or lament the challenges that the global economic environment has brought upon us. We're here today to honor the numerous young Bermudians who have benefited from the PLP government's investments. In response to the worst global economic crises since the Great Depression, we've taken swift action to stand strong for our Bermudian people. I'm sitting here today with just two of those many Bermudians who have benefited from our training programs. Over the past several months, we've provided training skills and opportunities to countless Bermudians. When we recognized that there was a lack of Bermudians working in our restaurants as servers and in our hotels, we came up with the waiter-server program, which has trained countless young Bermudians and encouraged them to enter into the field of hospitality, and specifically in waiter serving. Not only have we worked with the graduates, we've worked with the businesses to ensure that these young graduates have been afforded opportunities in working in that field. We have young people presently working at the Reef successfully, at Spot, to name a few. Not only have we concentrated on the hospitality trade, I've had meetings in the past with the contractors of Waterloo House and the hospital. And with that, we had explored the opportunity for providing a drywall training program. And out of that, 17 young men attended 4 weeks of coursework in Atlanta. And we have one of the successful young graduates here with us now. They've all come back suitably certified with their 5-level drywall skills and are working quite actively in their professions, in their new professions. Now, while we have not concentrated just solely on the trades, we've also spent some time with regard to the professional realm. And we have some 25 people right now enrolled in either the CMA, the ACCA, or the CPA programs at the Bermuda College, completely paid for by government, a joint initiative between government and the Bermuda College. Why? Because we recognize that we need to ensure that our young people with interest in accounting are afforded the opportunity to get their certification so that they can fill the roles of the accountants that are needed in the international business sector. But that's not all that we're doing. Right now we have 10 young women doing a nail tech course up at the Bermuda College, all expected to graduate next month, December. And we have already had people signed up to take them on in their employment. So while some may talk down Bermuda and throw their hands up and vent, we're taking action. And we admittedly and unapologetically do have more work to do, but we have a vision. We have concrete plans to put more Bermudians to work. We are spearheading the Job Corps, Bermuda, which we have just completed a 3-segment of town hall meetings throughout the island. That will be pursued in the not too distant future. We have the One-Stop Career Center, which will be realized and occupy the old Magistrates Court building next year spring. So these are evidence of the things that we are doing to provide opportunities for those that are unemployed or underemployed, and in particular provide opportunities for our young people to further develop their career aspirations. So I'm proud to sit here this morning standing strong for these young Bermudians who are benefiting from the PLP that is standing strong for them. I'll now pass on to my colleague to bring some remarks.
Thank you, Minister Marners, and may I add happy birthday.
Thank you.
Good morning, all. Today, we gather here to highlight some of the various opportunities that this government has provided over the years for training for the people of Bermuda. Far too often, we will hear people focus on the negatives, and I wish to highlight today what are the positives that are going on in what we're doing to train our people. We have people that all they want to do is focus on the negatives and wish to highlight what they feel is wrong with our country, as if there is nothing positive going on, as if there is nothing being done to provide for our citizens to have a chance to succeed by this government. I've been canvassing the constituents of Hamilton South for the past year and a bit, and I'm never surprised to hear the many stories I hear from the people who are appreciative of the various opportunities that this government has afforded them to improve their skill sets. However, that is not something that actually surprises me, because as you see, I believe in our young people's ability to learn if we give them the chance to learn. I don't see a bunch of lazy boys sitting on the wall. I see a bunch of boys that have untapped potential. This is why I committed myself to learning the various opportunities that do exist and passing that information on whenever I can and to as many as I can. It's not uncommon to see me sitting on that same wall in Devil's Hill on a Friday afternoon and have young men come up to me and ask for advice on how to upgrade their skill sets or how to pursue further education. Instead of thinking and speaking negatively, I investigate and find out what this government is doing and become part of the solution rather than content to sit in the sidelines and cry on each and every one of the initiatives put forth. I'll give you a few examples of some of the people I've come across. Where I get my haircut, there's a barber that's there. He has a young daughter. Every time I go in there, we talk about the daughter. I want to know how things going with him. I talked to him and I said, hey, why don't you try and see if you qualify for daycare? And he did. He went, applied, and he did qualify for daycare. Now, that initiative is allowing him and his daughter's mother to go and pursue other opportunities to upgrade their skill set. She is now employed. He is now able to use the money that he would have used for daycare to do other things for his young daughter. While canvassing earlier this summer, I came across an elderly lady who had unfortunately been laid off. However, she has used that time to go to the Bermuda College and enroll in some of the PACE courses and improve her skill sets, and she is now about to open her own business. Again, while canvassing, I came across a young man who actually I know quite well, but I didn't realize that he had been enrolled in the landscaping program that had been put on by the NTB. He is now currently, he matriculated through that program, and he's now currently employed. He's excited about his employment. He's excited of the fact that he was given an opportunity to learn a new skill, and he's excited at the direction that he is going now. He is about to have a young daughter, and he knows that it's happening in December, and he's looking forward to that. But he's excited that he's fully employed and he's able to provide for his young daughter. I have actually lost count of the amount of young people who I've sat down with over the years. I've listened to, referred them to the various programs within the NTB, and they've taken it on and taken on the training opportunities provided. Most of them have followed through and find themselves in better positions than they had before. Some are still in training and looking to be employed. I am not going to sit here and tell you that we've gotten it right all of the time, and I challenge anybody to claim that nothing is being done. This is a claim you hear far too often from some segments in our community. It pains me to listen to some people speak negatively about our young people when their interaction with them is minimal at best. It pains me because when we do sit down with these young people, they are hurt, they are disappointed, and they are discouraged because they are trying hard. They are trying hard to be better people, but they have to listen to all these negative comments being made about them. Programs like Job Corps and the One Stop Job Center are being put in place to help our people. We are all facing difficult times, and any programs that are looking to assist young people with encouraging their skills from a holistic view need to be applauded and supported. Instead of complaining about a program that's in its infancy and just starting to grow, I invite anyone who has suggestions for improvement to just simply bring them forward. Our people don't need to hear just the negatives. They need to know that we do care and we are standing strong for all the Bermudians. Today we have a young man that I first met as a senior at Cedar Bridge 9 years ago during a mentoring program that I'm still a part of. We have stayed in touch over the years, and while he doesn't know it, I happened to be at New England Institute of Technology when he did graduate. A few years ago we sat and chatted, and I encouraged him to look into the National Training Board's agreement with the Indian government. This is a program that provides all expenses paid training for college graduates who are looking for certifications. This young man, he did take advantage of that, and he's here today to give us a testimonial.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Noriko Burgess. I was made aware of an opportunity, or an opening rather, in the NTB to travel to India, all expenses paid. And although I already had my degree in electronic engineering, sometimes you come back home, you find yourself, looking through the paper, looking for a job, and you find you don't quite meet the requirements. You need more. they require certifications and stuff. So when this opportunity became available, I went in and looked at the programs that they had, and they had a networking course which included CCNA, MCITP, A+, and N+. So essentially, it was a 3-month accelerated program which encompassed those 4 courses. I took them, I came back, and going through the paper or going through the job sites, I now see that I am more equipped to become, or more competitive rather, with my counterparts in Bermuda. I came back from New England Tech and I had a bachelor's of electronic engineering, but it just wasn't enough. So through the NTB, I can say that they have helped me with becoming more competitive in the job market. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. See, Noriko is but one of the hundreds of young men that the NTB has helped and continues to help over the years, especially since I've been a board member. And I'd like to talk about some of the programs we have currently. Currently, since 2010, we have 67 apprentice contracts signed with industry partners. There are currently 40 Bermudians part of the National Vocational Training Program, 6 trainee sponsors currently overseas, 52 sponsored at the Bermuda College currently, 18 currently sponsored within the PACE department, and 10 enrolled in a joint program called the Sigma Corporate Service Program with Belco. This is a program that is designed to help young men become internationally certified in power engineering. As I said earlier, this government is not perfect, but we are a work in progress. However, fear of making a mistake is not the reason to not try. And this government will always try when it comes to training our people as we continue to stand strong for all Bermudians. Now I invite the minister to speak.
Mr. Lionel Painter is one of the participants in the drywall program, the 4-week course overseas. And he's returned, and I wanted to give him the opportunity to share his experience as well.
Good morning. I would like to say thank you very much to the government and the NTB, first of all, for letting me and my counterparts go away to Atlanta. It was very, very well attended, It was a very good course for you guys. It learned more things than just drywall when we was out there. It ended up giving us life skills that we can use on an everyday basis. So it became an all-rounded class. We made us more well-rounded people. Very good experience, Came back here, we had jobs waiting for us. And it's something that I know that a lot of people had a lot of problems with, but it was very, very good to get we young guys out there, teach us some things that we didn't know, get us our credentials, bring us back here, get us working very hard, producing for the country, and being a positive role model for the people that's looking up to us coming up, I must say that from my experience, it was very, very good. It's brought me along with my training and my working, learned more things, and I'm starting to move forward now, expanding my workforce, my working knowledge with people. Very, very good thing that we should be looking forward to, be sending more people away so we can have more people out there doing things like this here for us. It's something that was very, very good with putting ideas in young people's head that they don't have to be just sitting doing nothing. They got people here that's looking out for them to help them move forward in life. It's something that I was very, very grateful for. I must thank the government and the NTB for this. It's something that's moved me forward in my life and helped me progress. Very sincerely, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Io Johnson.
My first question is to the minister. You've said that you've trained countless Bermudians. Nothing really countless. I would like to know what the actual number is for all these programs and what the actual impact has been on the unemployment statistics.
Okay. Some of the numbers were actually given to you by my colleague a few minutes ago. While these numbers may not, and obviously have not addressed the unemployment that is out there, that we continue to face, what it has provided opportunities for those that were willing to step forward and explore these opportunities. Those that were willing to say, well, this is not necessarily what I saw myself doing. This is what I'm prepared to do at this very juncture. Maybe I was not ready to pursue a further level of my accounting interest, but now I have an opportunity to do that in preparation for the increased business that will come to Bermuda, in preparation for the more mutual funds being set up here. So we recognize that our efforts may not meet are not meeting every need of the unemployed that's out there, but it's a start, and we will continue to do so. Just as with the Job Corps, when we bring that online, it will provide the opportunity for those young men and women then find themselves at odds, not knowing which way to go, but first need to redevelop their thinking, draw out of them the passion for what they feel that they are capable of doing, and direct that into a career choice. So we're excited about the aspects and the prospects of Job Corps. Similarly, we're excited about the One-Stop Career Center. This will provide an opportunity for labor and training, the career development, NTB, all being under one roof, where one can walk through the door, be they young or old, unemployed or underemployed, to come through the door and get the assistance that they need to make a change and address their employment pursuits. So when you're looking for numbers, some of the numbers were just given to you, and this doesn't capture the 100+ that were afforded additional opportunity over the summer. We had about 100 maybe of young people coming out of either coming back from school, entered the summer internship program, or the students coming out of the senior school. We realized that we needed to give a bit more attention to those young people, and what we did, we put more money into that project or program, so to speak, reached out to more employers and say, okay, we're prepared to put more money into you availing us a post for these young people to be employed in. So I don't have the numbers before you, but if we say hundreds, if you're adding on it the summer students plus the ones that have been engaged, that Mr. Rabain has spoken about, then that's what I'm prepared and able to give to you at this time.
Okay, so you're saying these training programs are the centerpiece of your government's effort to address unemployment, correct?
It's to address what we see as training needs of our young people and those that are not so young, because actually when I gave the orientation, I was in attendance at the orientation for the launch of the waiter server program. There were young and old there as well.
A lot of people who are unemployed are actually quite well trained and skilled. So clearly these programs aren't really for them. I mean, they could do as much training, additional training as possible, but they're still sort of out of the job market because of the economy.
Well, the first thing that we've been saying, and I get the resumes from these persons that you speak of, and many of them are being resourceful and finding jobs to hold them until the climate is such that they can find the job in their chosen field. Others, they're encouraged to register first and foremost with our offices, the Department of Labor and Training, so we can have their contact information, their resume, and the like on our register. Primarily for the purposes of when we know that work permits are coming up for renewal, there's an opportunity to say, okay, who do we have on our list that can meet that bill? And we've done that for accountants. We have a wealth of persons that are certified, and yet we have permits coming in, applications coming in, seeking accountants. So we take that pool of persons who have what we deem to be the qualification that's being sought after, and refer that to the employer. So for those that are professionals that have found themselves unemployed due to redundancies and the like, we're doing our best to refer them to the appropriate employers who are seeking.
I forget your name.
Lionel Painter.
Lionel Painter.
Right. What were you doing before you entered the program?
Doing drywalling but I wasn't certified. And with me going to get that course done, I've come back as a certified plus drywaller.
So you're already employed?
Yes, I am.
All right. Did you get like increase in remuneration? Or
Yes, I have.
came back?
Yes, I have. I've increased in a lot of things, you know, not just number one, meaning the wage, my knowledge. You know, very important to have more knowledge in this trade now. I'm actually coinciding with other trades where before I was just on the outside looking in. Now I can actually interact with them, understand what they're doing, and move together, you know, as one.
If I can just speak to that question that you posed as well, just so that we're clear with regards to the gentleman that did take this course. Some of them, as Mr. Painter, were working in drywall, but at a level that was not certified. We had the expectation that work permits would be coming, applications would be coming in from both Waterloo House and the hospital, looking for certified persons. Our effort was to minimize the wealth of applications coming in for the certified work permit holders. We wanted to make sure that for all that were interested and prepared and committed to get that certification, we would provide them opportunity. Some of them, a few of them weren't employed, but those that weren't, now have that certification. So what that did, that presented government with the opportunity to reduce the number of work permits that they had to issue.
What were you doing before you?
Well, I'll start when I first came back from college. I had worked in the cabling industry, which is essentially falls under the construction industry and telecommunications at the same time. I was working in that field for a year or so, and I found that maybe with my degree I can actually start my own business. So that's what I did. 3 years ago I started Bertec Electronic Solutions, and about a year and a half into it I realized that I need to up my skill sets to be competitive with my counterparts. So I took a sacrifice and left my business hanging for 3 months and went to India. And coming back now, I'm able to offer more services with the certifications that I have.
Mr. Rabain,
Yes.
how often do you sit on that wall?
I sit on that wall with Devil Cinemas every Friday,
Every Friday?
just about.
What time?
Typically right after work I go down there to talk to the guys around 5:30. I'm there for about an hour or so.